Morning, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, August 28th, 2024, and I'm here for the third week in a row in the Laguna Mountains. So I'm here right at the junction of Sunrise Highway, San Diego County S1, and Kitchen Creek Road. This is in the area where I did my first of three small hikes last week. This is where I thought was Morris Ranch Road at first, and I was trying to get to the Galaxy Way Hill area, which is at the end of the observatory complex. It's San Diego State University, and I thought this was Morris Ranch Road, so I was walking along this for a while, and eventually found out this wasn't it. So this is 15S17. This time I'm actually deliberately on Kitchen Creek Road because I want to go visit a small peak in the area, Peak 5933, which was near where I parked the last time I was here. This time I parked closer to Sunrise Highway, so I can actually make a little bit of a walk out of this, so I can warm up for a couple of other smaller hikes later on. Alright, so I'm here. Right off the bat, the botany is already interesting. There's an apple tree. Just some random apple tree right here. There's a small, half-eaten, unripened apple. But yeah, small apple tree here. This one looks like it's been around for a while. But yeah. Pretty nice. I'm going to go around on the other side to see if I can get a look at the trunk. Looks like it's been around for a while. Let's go take a look. Let's go take a look at the trunk of this tree and see. Just want to see. Yeah, this one's definitely been around for a while. I could tell. This one's kind of an older tree. You can tell it's partly decomposed over here, so it's this one's probably been around for a very long time. There's one kind of like this by Doan Pond over at Palomar Mountain State Park, over in the Doan Pond parking area. It's kind of like this. It's kind of leaned over, and it has a trunk that's partly rotted away. So I'm assuming this one's been here for a long time. An old orchard apple tree. That's beautiful. What a beauty. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat to see. Alright, just figured I'd have to go check that out. And what kind of penstemon do we have here? Yeah, you know, I'm scrutinizing these if you saw my videos last week. I gotta take a closer look at this one. Yeah, I still think this is penstemon rostriflorus. I'm guessing that's the predominant penstemon around here. Oh, and here's hoary coffeeberry. It's blooming in late summer. Yeah, Frangula californica subspecies tomatella is blooming now. I thought these things usually bloomed in late spring, but looks like this one's blooming now. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and head back to the road. So I'm going to start heading roughly east-ish on Kitchen Creek Road. And then I'm going to look for the area, near the area where I parked the last time, and just head kind of north-ish, up towards that, and that should be my peak. That's where I'm parked. Kitchen Creek Road at Sunrise Highway. Alright, let's start this day off on a good foot. Okay, barely a few steps into my hike, and come across the local endemic, Cleveland Horcalia. Horcalia clevelandi, variety clevelandi. So yeah, I'm starting to see this more now. Seems to be a little bit more common in the southern part of the lagunas. Yeah, there's a nice patch of it here. Yeah. Starting to come across it more now. Pretty interesting. Yeah, it's definitely much cooler this morning than it was this time last week. I was up here maybe about a half an hour later, but it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. And the sun's already up. But it's nice and cool this morning. Last time I was here, last week, it was kind of warm out. This morning it's cool, very comfortable. And last week I still ended up making that hike to Oasis Spring last week. And I was getting late morning. It was starting to warm up outside. So let's see. I'm going to see where I'm going to look to leave the road and start climbing up this hill. I'm coming up on a pullout right now. This should be a pretty short hike. Oh, I just felt the temperature go up. About 5 degrees or so. Just coming up this hill. Cold air drainage. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn right here. This is about where I parked last week, I believe, if I remember correctly. I think I was parked right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn right here. Start working my way up the hill. Alright. Yeah. This is probably where I'm going to be leaving the trail, actually. Let's see. See if this leads me to the top of hill or peak 5933. It does become a single track. Oh yeah, the temperature's warming up quite a bit. You don't have that cool air drainage. It's actually a little single track here. Pretty cool. That's pretty neat. Oh yeah, it's warming up over here. Much warmer. Let's see. I'm gonna keep following it as much uphill as I can. A couple of other local peaks I was thinking about hitting today as well. Over by the Agua Dulce trailhead area. I was thinking about trying to hit a couple peaks over there today. See how that works out. A couple of very random peaks. Kind of random like this one is. Alright. Let's start looking for where the high terrain is. I think I'm almost here already. Very short hike. Yeah, remember there was a trail on Google Earth. There's a trail here that cuts through. This trail, I'm not sure exactly where this goes. Maybe back by Sunrise Highway, maybe a loop option actually. But I'm gonna go turn left here, follow it to the high point here. So I might make this a loop to kind of make things interesting. I just feel like standing on top of a peak today. Yeah, this is a very easy, almost effortless walk up here. All right, now I'm gonna have to look to see where the summit is, but I'm in the area. I'm almost at the very top right now, actually. It's either gonna be there, or it's gonna be over here somewhere. Might make a loop out of this. Very short walk to get up here. Not even 10 minutes to get up here. All right. Well, it's only my second clip, and I'm just about to summit. I figured this would be an easy hike, but I didn't think it'd be this easy. I didn't even really have to go cross country either. Hiking little single tracks and everything. So there's some very vigorous western chokecherry here. Wow, look at that. Very vigorous resprouts. Must have been a fire here recently. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cross over to that boulder to make it official. Yeah, this is definitely it. This is definitely the peak. Just a quick little walk across rocks. Technically not even class 2. Just an easy walk. All right. This is it already. Peak 5933 here in the Laguna Mountain Recreation Area here in Cleveland National Forest. Pretty cool. Definitely much warmer up here than it is down where I parked. But there's a breeze blowing right now. Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. This is beautiful up here. So let's see. East will be this way. Sorry about the sun. That'll be east. Looking east. Looking south towards the mountains in northern Baja, California. I wonder if that's part of the Sierra Juarez. Might be part of the Sierra Juarez or something like that. And what I thought was peak 6299, that is definitely, when I was pointing that peak out last week, that's definitely not peak 6299. I'm probably about level with it. So I don't know what that is, but it's definitely lower than this. So now we're looking more towards the southwest, and I can see Lions Peak right next to that pine. Right over there, Lions Peak over by Hamul. And then of course, right next to it, Lawson Peak and Gaskill Peak are over there too, left and right respectively. Looking left, Jeffrey Pine Forest. Looking west, Jeffrey Pine Forest. Looking north, Jeffrey Pine Forest and some peak I can't identify. Way out there. Not sure what peak that is. Might be part of a wooded hill area, but I'm not sure. And then I'm not going to go too far this way because of the sun, but northeast over there. So yeah, you do get some views up here. A lot of tree cover and everything like that. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and get my summit selfie and I'll start making a loop out of this. Alright, so I'm going to go find myself back to that single track trail. Try to put my camera this way. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, I guess I'm going to go ahead north on this. So I'm going to go through this Jeffrey Pine wood here and see where this leads me. So I'm going to make a small loop out of this so I can vary the scenery up. I said, really short walk to get up here. It's cool that we have little trails cutting through here. I'm not sure if this one's named. I don't think this is the Big Laguna. I definitely don't think this is the PCT at all. I think it's further east of here. Just gonna go follow this, see where this leads, make a little loop out of this. That one over there, that small ridge over there, that might be peak 6042. I think is what that one is. I'm just using stuff I see on the topo maps to get a lot of these peaks that I climb. That might be peak 6042. I know it's in the area. It might be Peak 6042, but I'm not sure. I know it's near where we are now. Got Peak 6042. This one is Peak 5933. I don't even think this one's on Peakbagger. I don't think any of these two summits would be on Peakbagger. But I think that's Peak 6042. I was thinking about maybe trying to get up there one day. But I was looking at the imagery and it looks like it would be very much a bushwhack to get up there. I do like to preview what I intend to hike before I do it. But yeah, let's see where this leads. Just some curiosity right now. Okay, it's starting to lead a little away. Maybe this will loop down the other side of the hill. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, it's starting to go this way now. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, this will probably be the last week for a while that I get back out to the mountains. So I've been keeping my eye on the Mount Laguna temperature forecast. And that's why I've been coming out the last few weeks as opposed to like the last few summers where I wouldn't get up to the mountains for months because the temperatures in our local mountains are just too warm for my hiking enjoyment. But today it's supposed to be up in the low 80s, so that's why I'm here early getting it started. The upcoming next couple weeks coming up, we're supposed to get a pretty nasty heat wave apparently, and especially next Wednesday it's supposed to get pretty hot. It's supposed to get really hot actually where I live. Even up here I'm assuming it's going to be pretty nasty. So just in time for Labor Day, the days after Labor Day, which is next week already. So I'm less than 2 months out for my next vacation. And this is the long week and a half October vacation. So yes, I am very much anticipating that one. That usually means some pretty big adventures, and yeah, this is going way away from where I expected it. So I might make this one a spur out. I might make this one an out and back here, and then go down the other side maybe. We'll see. What do we got coming up here? What do we got here? This is a type of Eastwood. I'm suspecting that this is this subspecies is probably Arctostaphylos glandulosa subspecies leucophila. I'm suspecting that's a subspecies. So I have been doing a little bit of research. You might have noticed a blip on one of my last hiking videos. I think it was on Galaxy Way Hill near the San Diego State Observatory, where I was talking about, I was saying on camera I didn't know what subspecies it would be. But we do have a few subspecies that grow here in the lagunas, so I have been doing a little research on it. And some of them might be kind of similar. It's pretty similar. But this, I suspect this is subspecies leucophila. But we also have subspecies adamsii, and we also have subspecies glandulosa as well. And I was doing some research on Calflora. Apparently, I remember thinking that the only subspecies of Eastwood manzanita that grew in the Santa Ana Mountains, which is in the northern Cleveland National Forest, Orange and Riverside counties, the Santa Ana range, I was under the assumption, based on my previous research, that only Arctostaphylos glandulosa, subspecies glandulosa, lives in the Santa Ana range. But apparently, somebody put in an observation of subspecies leucophila, so we might have a second subspecies in the Santa Ana range too. So we might have another subspecies there, which I'm assuming this one is here. I think this might be leucophila, but again, we also have adamsii, and we also have subspecies glandulosa here in the lagunas as well. There might be another one too. but this one kind of reminds me of the images I saw of Leucophila. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm definitely keeping that in mind as I wander through this little enchanted wood here. Yeah, this is pretty nice. I'm not sure where this is going to head, so I'm not going to follow it too far and then end up having to climb up hundreds of feet to get back. Definitely very curious here, though. Of course, we've got a lot of birch leaf mountain mahogany over here, all full of seed. Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty nice little area. Very small stunted Jeffrey pines, probably because of the wind and exposure up here, I'm assuming. Probably be a part of that. That's a pretty nice looking area, though, not gonna lie. Just gonna keep going down this just a little short distance further. Let's see what's down there. There's a meadow over here to the left. There's a meadow down there. I can see a meadow. Yeah, I can see the meadow. I think that's the first meadow you come across when you're driving up Sunrise Highway from Interstate 8. I think that's the first meadow you see when you're coming up the hill from Interstate 8, I believe. That's very nice. Alright, I'll catch you on the next clip when we get a couple pictures over here. This is very interesting over here. It looks like there had been some maintenance done over here. What is this, a Quercus acutidens? I got some Quercus acutidens growing here, it looks like. Pretty cool. I think that's a Quercus acutidens. This trail seems to be kind of just meandering. Wow. That's why I'm kind of curious. That's why I'm kind of sticking to this for a little bit longer. It's starting to kind of arch backwards. Oh, you got a good shot of Cuyamaca. Right there, Cuyamaca Peak. Second highest point here in San Diego County. That was a hike I did just over 2 months ago. Did a 13.5 mile hike up there and Airplane Ridge, and try to get up to Cuyamaca's south shoulder bump called Hopashaw, but that was just a complete wall of chaparral everywhere, so that just didn't happen. All right, that smells good out here. So yeah, oh, here's some more. Is this acutidens or is this interior live oak? I gotta take a look at this one. There's something different about these scrub oaks. I think these are acutidens, yeah. Pretty sure that's acutidens. Doesn't look like interior live oak. Sometimes though I gotta stop and take a look and see what's really popping off. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's acutidens. It's an interesting little trail. It's interesting that some of the western chokecherries are already starting to show change of coloring a little bit. It's kind of weird. It's still August. Yeah, they're starting to show some change of color already. Maybe we had a couple of chilly nights up here, maybe. All right. Looks like this trail's going to cut downhill quite a bit. Seems to be a little spur over here. Oh, wow, yeah. Whoa. Well, I can see San Miguel Mountain poking up Looks like an island right there. That's San Miguel Mountain right there, poking up above Hamul and the marine layer. That's pretty cool. That's San Miguel Mountain. Tell you, from where I live in Santee, that area, San Miguel looks so huge because it's a very prominent mountain over a very low elevation landscape. San Miguel is 2,565 feet above sea level. So viewed from down below, it looks very massive. And it is a prominent mountain peak, no lie. From up here, it looks so small. I mean, we are probably about 5,850 feet here. Let's see if this is a spur. See if this leads me back to where I was hiking. Because it looks like it's going to keep going downhill. So maybe I should just follow my way back the way I came, probably. Just trying to see if there's any little... Well, I thought was a spur trail here, but I guess not. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and start banking my way back. Very interesting, though. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this trail, but maybe one of these days I could find the lower terminus and make a nice hike out of it. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I'm going to go head back uphill, go by my peak, and then probably head down that way. Very interesting. Yeah, it's pretty interesting here. Okay. But yeah, I could tell, definitely been some trail work done here. A lot of cuts, a lot of branches cut. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Start heading back. I'll see if I find anything else on the way out. So I'm back by these manzanitas again. I'm also going to use this clip as an identification aid. So the leaves are definitely glandular hairy, glaucous colored. In other words, kind of grayish, bluish green. Very softly glandular hairy. Twigs are very lightly glandular hairy. And there's the droop right there, the manzanita droop. Slightly glandular. Yeah. So hopefully I can positively identify what subspecies of Eastwood manzanita this is. Again, I'm pretty sure it's Leucophila, but I would suspect Adamsii might be confused with it as well. So, all right, so I'm heading back up the way I came. I'm starting to see some more goldenrod. More California goldenrod starting to bloom. It's a sign of the season's changing. That is always one of my favorite autumn blooms right there. As a plant that I find incredibly intoxicatingly beautiful, especially when meadows and roadsides are lit up with that plant. So I gotta do some more research about this trail here. This is a nice trail. Looks like it's been recently maintained. If that's the case, then that's pretty cool. This might actually have a name, I don't know. I just saw the imagery of this trail near the summit area of Peak 5933, and that's where I got the inspiration to go hike it. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and work my way around this as the sun is right in my face as I'm climbing back up the hill. But first, see a nice big patch of goldenrod over here. This is a plant I love pointing out because it always reminds me of the beginning of autumn, early autumn, anywhere from September and October usually. But usually they start in August. Yeah, look at this. I love goldenrod. I've always thought ever since I saw it back east in New Jersey. It's a different species, obviously. See, the species I saw, I think, was Solidago canadensis, but there are multiple species back east. That reminds me, I need to go back to Terra Santa because there's one, well, it's part of West Shepherd Canyon. There's another type of goldenrod we have growing. It used to be in the genus Solidago. It used to be Solidago occidentalis, but now it's Eothamia occidentalis, called Western goldenrod. It might be blooming right now too, so I might have to go down to Terra Santa, which is a neighborhood of eastern San Diego right next to Mission Trails. I got to see if those are blooming because that was the first time I ever saw Eothamia occidentalis, and if I can catch it in bloom, it means an automatic spotlight video is due. All right, so I'm back near the higher portion of this hill, and I'm gonna go ahead and find my trail going back down. Very nice little hike, short one, that's for sure. Not even sure if I did a whole mile or not. Maybe by the time I get back it might be close to it, I don't know, but very easy, relaxing, early morning pace. All right, catch you on the next clip. All right, so on my way back, just came across this very young Jeffrey pine. Look at that, look at it. It's got a whirl of cones already. Look how young this tree is. This is a little baby. And it's already got a whirl of 4 cones. That is so cool. I've never seen a Jeffrey pine that small with cones on it. That's pretty cool. Trying to see if I can see any coulters in the area. These are predominantly Jeffrey pines. I know some areas where coulter pines are locally common here in the lagunas, but Jeffrey pine by far is your common tree. So I'm right here. Okay, I gotta go see where the single track leads off that way. I think I passed it. Yeah, because I came up to the summit area here. Let me see. Gotta go find the trail branching off towards the road. I think I passed it. Here we go. Here's the trail back right here. Kind of missed it. Kind of distracted by that young Jeffrey pine. So if you decide to hike this hill and do a similar hike to what I did, if you're parked on Kitchen Creek Road, just remember this young Jeffrey pine right here is where the little trail, little use trail is that leads back down to that old road bed, the old road, which leads back to Kitchen Creek Road. So, all right, see you back down at the bottom of this hill unless something else pops up. All right, I'm gonna try to keep my camera pointed this way so the sun's not in everybody's eyes, but I'm back to where it opens up as like a road spur. Just finished right where the single track use trail starts. So I'm just about back at Kitchen Creek Road, and this hike's just about wrapped up. Wow, such a short hike, boy. Sure packed a little wallop of punch. Not difficult. It was a very easy hike. Very easy hike. It's just just some pretty nice scenery. If you decide to go past the summit, and keep hiking down that trail that I took for a short distance, and you get to a spot where there's a break in the tree canopies, you can get some pretty sick views towards the San Diego metro area. Right now it's covered under marine layer, overcast, but you can see the prominent mountain peaks on the coastal side of the mountains poking up over the marine layer, and it's pretty beautiful. There's a nice hefty Jeffrey pine right there. Now it's got some pretty large cones for, yeah, Jeffrey pine's, yeah, definitely a predominant tree here. But yeah, if you hike along that trail downhill for a while, you're gonna get some breaks in the tree canopy, and you'll get some pretty good views. I could see all the way down to El Cajon Mountain, Viejas Mountain. I can see Woodson Mountain, Iron Mountain. You see all those goodies over there. So it's just a very short walk back to the car. Yeah, I'm suspecting this will be one of my shorter videos. Yeah, none of my individual videos last week cracked an hour long, so they were pretty short hikes. The longer the hike, the longer my video is going to be. But yeah, look at this. Late summer flowers. Yeah. Yeah, Laguna Mountains definitely have it going on. It's the reason why this is a pretty popular area. It's a darn good reason. And I saw it for the first time when I was driving up here, not that far back, kind of near the meadows area where the trailheads are. That big long shoulder on the highway. For the first time ever, I saw turkeys, wild turkeys here in the Lagunas. I see them just about every single time I go to Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. See them just about every time, almost without fail. And I've never seen them in the Lagunas until this morning. I saw a group of them on the side of Sunrise Highway. So that was pretty cool. So I'm just about to approach my car. You can hear the motorcycles on Sunrise Highway. And these oaks are covered in acorns. These California black oaks all over here, covered in acorns. So it seems like we're gonna have another good year. Because sometimes the black oaks will have a good acorn year, and then they won't have a good year for a few years. So it seems like the last two rainy seasons were pretty good for them. So I'm taking that as a big W. Yeah. I love pointing them out with acorns all over them because I just love seeing it. And look at that. Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it when these trees bear acorns. All right, well, here I am back at Sunrise, right by Sunrise Highway. I'm gonna go over to another spot and do another video or two in the area. There's our apple tree over there from the first clip. There's our fire restriction sign. And here I am. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed my short little romp around Peak 5933. Another random peak here in the Lagunas. Another fun little easy summit climb here. And maybe off to a couple more. Stay tuned for some more videos from today, Wednesday, August 28th. And I'll see you on the next one.